Mesdames, Messieurs, voie A, attention au passage d'un train. Éloignez-vous de la bordure du quai, s'il vous plaît.
The bus from the airport takes us to Nimes, to the Hotel de la Mairie in the historic centre. The road at the end of that street has our telephone, a restaurant and our money machine. It also has a poster for the French Navy. Forget your action films, your new life starts here. There are also, besides this restaurant, several bookshops. Most of the books were in French, of course. And the Church of St Bodil. Nimes will be our base for the week, and the other towns we shall visit mainly by train, but also some journeys by bus. We hope to find this experience as pleasant and trouble-free as travelling in Italy, not to mention as affordable. We'll see more of Nimes later, but first let's go over to the railway station to get a train to Arles. This looks like our train. It's now 10:14, nearly 10:15, and this is the train to Arles via Tarascon, the 10:17. Now we're approaching the Rhone, which figures in all this week's activities. This is Beaucaire on this side of the Rhone. That's the Rhone. That's correct. That's the Rhone. Correct. That is the castle. Right. Sorry. And this is Tarascon. Correct. Another look at the castle in Tarascon. The castle in Beaucaire is up on the hill there. Nice to have a proper clock as well, even with a second hand on it. Yep.
Chocolat cappuccino, de boisson fraîche, Coca-Cola.
And Here we are in Arles. Everybody else is going on to Marseille. We will take just a few steps outside of the station and come to the city gates.
This is Arles, by the way.
Yes, thank you. I will look for some important locations in Arles. Yes, the Office of Tourism, yes, St Trophime, yes, and oh, cripes. Now that's the first thing we need to have a look at. The Roman amphitheatre. The whole building was at least 1 story higher, and the whole thing was covered in marble. But over the centuries it's been used as a stone quarry. The Saracens added towers for defence, and in the Middle Ages 2 churches and 200 houses were found inside it, most of which has now been removed. I'm sat on the banks of the Rhone now, and these I presume must be the old therms of Constantine. Actually, if you can get in the sun and out of the wind, it's quite warm. When Marseille backed the wrong side in the civil war between Caesar and Pompey, Arles and Nimes rose to prominence. This is the old Roman theatre, which was demolished brick by fanatical Christians. We're now in Place de la République, and there is the Bishop's Palace, and there is the Church of St Trophime. In this church, Emperor Frederick Barbarossa was crowned the King of Arles. And in 597, its bishop, St Virgil, consecrated St Augustine as the first Archbishop of Canterbury. And this is a plaque which commemorates the giving by Canterbury of this font to the church. Here is one of the inhabitants of the place. Van Gogh and Gauguin worked in Arles, as did Alphonse Daudet, whose story La Lésienne formed the basis of Bizet's opera. The cloisters. Constantine, 312 to 323, often
And a nice little sun deck, really, for their friars or whatever.
Thank you. Often stayed at Arles, and his baths were probably the last big Roman building project in Provence.
Chapter house. Dormitory.
It was perhaps his presence which urged the locals to find the legend of the Three Marys.
Roof of chapter house.
The Three Marys who came from the Holy Land to the Camargue, and we...
Cloisters of St Trophime. 2 sides like this one built during the 12th century, and these 2 during the 14th.
We shall see the story of the Three Marys when we visit Sainte Marie de la Mer. This whole area seems to have its more than its fair share of cults. There are the Petrobrusians of St Gilles. Now we shall visit St Gilles later as well. But perhaps the biggest schism or cult was the Albigensians or Cathars, who had a large representation in this area until one of them killed a papal legate. And like the chap who killed the German ambassador in Paris, this caused their leader, Pope Innocent III, to start a campaign against these Cathars, and like a good Christian he ordered them to be wiped out. One of the main characters who was involved in this was one Simon de Montfort, who worked for the King of France.